Hello, yes, that's right, it's Joe here for Joyrider TV, back with another edition of Show Us Your Cat. That's not a cat. Now that is a cat. That is, of course, the C2 Formula 18 catamaran from Goodall Designs. Possibly one of the finest catamarans you could ever stand on the side of. If you didn't see it yet, we did have yesterday the Chasing the C2 video where I was out sailing on Bad Boy 94, the Tornado, chasing down the C2 in about 18 knots of wind. Quite exciting. Check that one out. Other than that, you might have seen on Joyrider TV, we've been around the rock. That is 9.8 kilometers to the south, all the way to the point where we had a race for catamarans. And in fact, if you saw that rather snappy intro, that was me actually standing on the rock waving a flag. And yes, these flags are available. For now, let's jump in and have a look at what we're featuring on this week's Show Us Your Cat on Joyrider TV. Okay, so we're starting off this week by heading to Huntington Lake, California. And this was all actually just 24 hours before the creek fire started. So I hope everybody who is down in that neck of the woods is staying safe. Here we have Dusty, who has got a 1977 Hobie Monocat 12. Very excited to see this. This is quite a rarity. He's picked up this Monocat from Craigslist at a great price. The Monocat was riddled with problems and only made for a few years between 1973 and 1978. The hull length is 3.6 meters. It's 1.2 meters long and it weighs 68 kilograms. It features a tunnel hull, which is kind of like a catamaran, but also kind of like a monohull with a space in the middle. This has been more recently used on the boat made by Laser called the Vortex, which is a very similar design to the Monocat, but it had a trapeze on there as well, and of course a more modern rig. Could this actually be called flying the hull? It's kind of flying half the hull, but it depends on if you're classing the two parts of the hull as a hull, or if the whole thing is the hull. You decide. But we can see that Dan is in no fear of absolutely sending it on Huntington Lake there, and Huntington Lake looks absolutely stunning and well worth a visit if you are in that part of the world. And then here's Dan just showboating for the fans on the beach, because you can with a Monocat. Thanks very much, Dan, for sending in that video of your Monocat. That really is a rarity which we would not have known about had you not sent that in. Okay, next we're staying in the USA. We're going to Guilford, Connecticut, where we have Dan and Greg, who sail on Long Island Sound. And Greg's boat is the 2013 Sea Breeze Hobie 16. Dan's boat is this 1981 Cat Fever Hobie 16 that he inherited from his father-in-law. Now, firstly, just check out this unique storage facility on the 1981. Not going to ask what Dan keeps in there, but I dare say it's cold and refreshing. Dan says that they trapeze, drink beer and listen to music on their waterproof speaker system. This is really getting down to the basics of having a Hobie lifestyle. And here's Dan and Greg having some great times on board that 1981 Cat Fever. Very nice. And the Cat Fever Dan did inherit from his wife's grandfather, And here he is flying a hull back in the 80s on the very same boat. If you want to see more action from the guys on Greg's boat, check out the link in the description below. Other than that, thanks very much, Dan, for sending in those pictures and video of you guys having a great time with your Hobie 16s. Okay, and finally this week we're just heading north of the border to Canada, to Lake St. Clair, sailing out of Point Aux Roches. We have Chris. Chris has got a 1982 Hobie 16. This was originally a hot flash, but he's now got some custom sails from Intensity Sails, which strangely I have been seeing quite a lot of on the social media of late. He's got a custom trampoline on there from Salt Lake City Sailing. He's done quite a few modifications on the boat. He's added an Aussie jib halyard system, which makes it a bit easier getting the jib tension on. He's done quite a bit of work upgrading the jib cars to get the knuckle duster style jib traveller. Great job there, upgrading your system. And I think if you are looking at updating your jib system, this is a really good way of doing it. So good job there, Chris. He's put on a mast float, very sensible. He's got the EPO 1 rudder blades on there. All of the EPO rudder blades are very, very good high grade rudders, so well worth the upgrade if you can find either the 1s, the 2s or the 3s. He's replaced all of the rigging and put on new lines, and he's got some more upgrades that are coming up. He's going to fit the 1-piece rudder gudgeons. At the moment he's still running the 2-piece. The 1-piece rudder gudgeons will just add a little bit more stiffness to the rudder system, taking out some of that play. He's going to fit the 6-to-1 downhaul system, and he's just ordered a Velocitech speed puck, which is a really good way of recording your speed. Very easy to see from anywhere on the boat. It's got a very large display. Chris has notched up an impressive 17.38 knots on his 16. But from looking at the videos here, I think if Chris did want to get more speed, what he could do is get the crew to trapeze a bit further back, and then that would allow Chris to sheet in more. And then if Chris played the main sheet a bit more, again, you'd get a bit more boat speed out of that 16. As I've said before, playing the main sheet is the key to going faster. Thanks very much, Chris, for sending in those pictures of your great looking 16, and it's really a great job that you've done on that boat there, bringing her back for more action. So there we go, what an absolute cooking session this week on Show Us Your Cat. Thanks to all the guys for sending in those great pictures and videos of your boats. And what a gift it is to see that Monocat 12 in action. Who knew that Hobie ever made such a boat? If you'd like to be featured on Show Us Your Cat, then all you need to do is send me video or pictures of your boat. Send in some information as well, such as where it is that you sail, who you go sailing with, perhaps what it is that you like to do when you're out sailing. Maybe you race, maybe you go fishing, maybe you're going on an expedition, maybe you've already been on an expedition. Tell me whatever it is you want to tell me, and you'll be on here in the upcoming weeks. Also ongoing is, of course, the speed stick, both the global speed stick and the Hobie 16 speed stick going on. A great way of recording your best speed. You don't have to see it as competing against everyone else. You could just look at it as competing against yourself and trying to beat your previous speed. for Show Us Your Cat and the speed stick. All the information is in the description below for what you need to do if you want to get involved there. So just keep it coming in, and we'll keep going on Joyrider TV. If you want to buy a t-shirt and support the channel, then check out the totaljoyrider.com online store. Great way of supporting the channel is to buy a t-shirt or a hoodie or something else from the online store. That's very nice. Another good way of supporting the channel, if you like what I'm doing here, is through Patreon, where each month you can just donate a small amount, and that will go towards keeping these videos coming thick and fast almost every day at the moment, which is quite a schedule, I can tell you. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Show Us Your Cat on Joyrider TV, coming out of Wild Wind on the Greek island of Lefkos in Vasiliki Bay, where every day we have champagne sailing and good times, and of course the beer is cold. Be back next week for some more Show Us Your Cat on Joyrider TV. So until then, stay safe, and if it's really windy, I would recommend putting a helmet on. Safety tip.